Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here, and this is part 10 of our Master League playthrough with Motherwell FC, and this is a pretty good episode for us. If you've seen the past episodes, we've not had a great time of it at the moment, and we've really struggled. And in this episode, especially this first game here, I'm playing against Norwich, a team that I've used before in a Master League, and I wasn't worried, but I really knew that coming into this game that we had to be brilliant. We had to make it count in this game, because coming up fixtures for the Premier League are Chelsea and Man City after this, and then Tottenham. I'm not going to get anything out of those games, guys, so you know, we're at the bottom of the league. Norwich is a massive one, and Onjama here has the shot, the greedy bugger, but leaves it. He's out to Humphreys, and what a goal, guys. I mean, Humphreys has never done that before for me, and to be honest with you, I'm starting to find my feet playing Pro Evo again. I've not played much of it of recent, and I've really started to find my feet in the past few matches, in terms of getting used to the players as well, knowing what the players can do. And I did not know Humphreys could do this. I mean, he just hits it, and it's a beautiful finish. But again, we play him through here, and I'm thinking, oh, this is unbelievable. He turns Garrido, but you know, you get unlucky with him. Sometimes they go in, and sometimes they don't. Norwich started to press us a little bit. Bennett gets ahead of there, but I always felt like we defensively we've become a lot more solid in past games. I'm getting used to the defence in this game, because it's not easy to defend when you're doing FIFA defending, and then you're doing Pro Evo defending. But I really got used to it over the past couple of games. As you'll see, there'll be a lot less chances, for the opposition team. But that was a good tackle there, and he gets the through ball as well. And Onjama here is clear, and what do you expect? No, he misses, but Ebbert there scores it, and Ebbert, you know, he's a player for the future here. I think certainly I'll get a lot out of him. In terms of the way he's playing, I'm not really looking. I'm looking to keep Onjama and Ebbert as my strikers, because Mikhail Smith is coming in. So I'm actually considering getting rid of Higdon and keeping McHugh, because I believe he can play the wings as well. So he'll just be cover. But I'm always tentative when it comes to free kicks for the opposition, and Garrido lines this one up, and it just goes over the top. I mean, Randolph probably would have had it. There, he just too much on it. But Mikhail Smith is a prospect that I'm really looking forward to coming into the club, because we need that, and Eber gets a chance there. But headers like that are pretty difficult, and we're coming up to the dying part of the game, so I pretty much knew I had it won, and there you go, there's a full-time whistle. 2-0 to Motherwell, and you know, guys, it's our first Premiership win. And I couldn't have been happier. I mean, Hamill gets the man of the match, but it was a great defensive performance. I mean, the fact that we're out of the drop zone just makes me feel a bit better, and the fact that I know now we can beat those sort of teams. And here's Hollis, a bid comes in for him. I decide to turn it down, and I remove him from the transfer list, because he's been pretty good, and he's only 22 or 24, I'm not sure, but I thought he was worth keeping. And we had a game against Seville here, and you know, you look at their lineup, and then I'm sorting my lineup out, and it's a little bit worrying. And we bring Augustine in as the keeper instead of Reed Muller. He just seemed up for the game, and I thought I'd give him a chance. But we're sticking to the same strike force, but no Daly, and he's proven in recent games, when I don't play Daly, we get punished pretty badly. Well, we seem to lose them, and you know, Sevilla in this massive stadium away, it was always going to be tough. And to be honest with you, I was surprised how quickly I settled into the match. Maybe it was coming off such a good win against Norwich that really helped us push on in this game, but I was really surprised how quickly we settled. As you guys know, my focus on the trophies is huge, because they're massive money makers. I want to get as far as I can in the Europa League, and after this game, not to give too much away, looking at the other teams' results, I feel that, you know, we may be able to get second just behind Sevilla. It's going to be tough because we've got to play Sevilla again in our next Europa League match, and we've got CSKA Moscow and Wisla Krakow as well. If you believe the highlights are a little bit too long in these games, this video I think is about 12 minutes. But if you think they're too long, then you know I can cut the highlights down even more and go just more goal orientated. But they have an early chance there, and that's when I really wanted to start getting the ball working. I made a good movement here, and we're only 6 minutes in, and just look at this hit from Law, and you know that's the best way to start off the game. It calmed down my nerves and really opened up my gameplay. Really, I made some really good moves in this. And logging that early goal just, you know, it kind of settled my nerves. I knew I was one up. We hadn't gone one down again like we have been in recent games. And I didn't feel too much pressure after that, because I was like, well, I'm the underdog. I'm not expecting to win this one. There's few games that I am expecting to win, but I'm not expecting to win this one. And that Thunderbolt really just cheered me up. But Higginbottom had a good game, and Ebert has a great chance here, but you know I did miss Daly a little bit, but it made me think if I could use Higginbottom there on the left, I can push Daly just behind the strikers, and maybe we will be an even bigger force going forward, because I play 2 deep midfielders at the minute. Or I could even drop to 1 striker and have Daly behind that striker. Humphreys here plays it across, but it's you know, it's no luck for us there, but it was just good play, and you know, this man is now a Man City player, and he has a corker there. I mean, Augustine, great game for him. You know, he's really pushed my buttons when it comes to getting in the team, because how can I leave him out when he makes a save like that from such a shot? I mean, I was very happy at that. And coming close to half time here, they really tried to punish me, but Augustine punches that away from danger. And we're in the second half here, and again you can see Higginbottom created so much down that left hand side. Him and Onjama linked up well, and Onjama here, you know, maybe could have done a bit better, straight at the keeper Beto, but you know, his shooting and goal scoring has gone off the boil a little bit recently. But there's a bit of a tougher tackle, but that's the way we have to play. That's the way we'll play. He's swinging the cross here, and Bottier, you know, he was close. He's someone who, because I know my defence needs improvement as well, he's someone that I would really like to look at next season. I think, from what I can remember, he's not going to be a high price. I made some changes here just to shake it up a bit, you know, bit of fresh legs, Lashley and Watt coming out, and Watt's been really good for me. So I was more than happy to bring him on. They get a free kick here, and you know, panic sets in again, but I have to thank Augustine for, you know, how well he's played. You know, Baba, you know, hits that one pretty well, and it's dipping. You know, it certainly would have gone in if Augustine hadn't got there, so I'm very thankful for that. But you know, we just tried to keep creating, and look at that, Lashley hits the crossbar. He was close to another screamer, and Onjama can't get the follow up. But I mean, these long range shots, we've really started to accumulate them, and you know, he rattles the crossbar really on that one, and you see the Motherwell fans, you know, travelling up from Scotland to enjoy this. Look at this, guys, coming up now. This was squeaky bum time for me, because it's been added on time and 90 minutes, and he scores there, and I panicked, but thank God that man puts up his flag. You know, that is the last thing that I wanted to see. We clear the ball here, and that's it. You know, we beat Sevilla, so I'm not as down on the team as I have been, because, you know, how can you be when you've just beaten Sevilla? You know, we must be doing something right, and the amount of shots we had, it should have been more than one. Onjama gets man of the match, and that was probably about right. Him and Higginbottom had great games. But I'll just show you where we are in the group now. You know, Wisla Krakow actually beat CSKA, so they're bottom. So we all have 6 points, but we are actually top. I think by goal difference, because of the victory against CSKA Moscow. Yeah, that's right. But I had some decisions to make against Man City, what team I was going to play, but there's so many players up for this game. You know, I got to start Ebert and Onjama again, so that made me happy. But when you come in and you play against Man City, especially on PES, and this year, I mean, you saw that front line they've got going on. Aguero in midfield, but I knew that this was not going to be a good result for me, and I'd be happy with a draw. So, to be honest with you, when I look back at the game now, I didn't play that bad. Again, on Jama, he's the key linchpin when it comes to going forward. I probably should have shot there. I bring it back in daily, and it was a poor shot. Maybe I could have passed it on to Ebert, or done something different. But it wasn't the greatest of shots, and I mean, Daly has been pretty good for us though, and so has Onshama. But look, no one goes to Barry, just stand off him, and that's not gonna bother Randolph. But we can't be doing that all game. But look at that for a mistake from Randolph, and then they break through, and he didn't have to dive, did he? Really, to make it more dramatic. But Sergio Aguero scores past us, and I was kind of waiting for this to happen. But it's more frustrating when you're playing well. All the highlights are shots from us, and then it's a stupid mistake really that you've made with the keeper that costs you. But then Lescott messes up, Onjama's through, and he's got to put this away, right? But no, Joe saves it, and if we'd have made it 1-1 there just going into half time, it may have been a different story. Onjama there has another chance, and we were creating chances, but we just wasn't finishing them. And when you don't finish that sort of chance there, I mean, he takes a bit of a heavy touch, but he creates space for himself. But when you don't score those sort of chances, you're going to struggle. They made a bunch of subs, and Milner just walked through us there, and Aguero gets his second. He's not going to miss that, guys. That is always going to be a goal for Aguero. And Man City, playing against them, I've learned a lot there. Just crazy coming forward. I'd brought McHugh on, and I was kind of hoping that he could show me something that would make me not sell him, and he kind of did. That was a good pass, and Onjama takes his pace, and on another day that would have gone in, and 2-1, maybe a bit of a comeback. Daly gets the ball there to Craswell, back to Daly, and I'm thinking the chance isn't over, but that's just a poor effort when you're that close to goal. They brought Jean Gutierrez on and Sinclair, and Sinclair's pretty good in this game as well. Maybe if he's out of his luck, I'd like him, but Dzeko is always going to get that header in. He's a great header of the ball, and in that position he's always going to score, isn't it? But that was it for the game. Yeah, and we'll just show you the last little bits. I mean, we had more chances than them, which was a bit of a shame, but Aguero was always going to be man of the match, but Onjama was just right behind him. But not a bad month overall, guys, and look, we're just above the relegation, but give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.